So the braid's all finished, ready to be powered, but I'm not quite there yet. What I need to do, which I realised halfway through braiding pit lane, was I need to fit the lane changes first, because where the braid goes through the track in the crossover sections like here and hanging underneath, I need to allow for the assembly of the lane brain and flipper to be able to fit over the braid hanging through. So a little bit longer, a few more things to do, but once we get that done, we're looking pretty good. Good entrance. I realised after I wired the negative side of the pit lane and started wiring positive that I need to have the assembly fit up under here, so the braid and wires that go through need to fit on the assembly, and I can't do it after the fact. So I've got to fit the flipper assembly first and then put the wiring through that. So a little bit complicated, but once it's done it'll be worth it. I'll show you how this works. So in order to test it to make sure it was wired correctly, I've got a 9-volt battery out and a BRM Porsche, and it should work. Yep. So the car will cross over into pit lane. No flippers in there, so it can't drive down in a straight line. But you get the idea. Okay, so in order to get the track operational, I need to fit the lane changes so that the cars can stay in their respective lanes or change. These are the cutouts I got from when I cut the track. I've got to convert these into aluminium flippers. Something I've not done before, so flying a little bit blind, but we'll see how we go. My mate Cole made the flippers from my last track. Thanks Cole, you did a great job. So now it's my turn to have a go. So let's see if we can get it right the first time. That'd be great. So here I've got a bit of scrap aluminium I got from the local scrap place, a few bucks. I'm going to attempt to draw a line with a Sharpie around the shape of the flipper, cut it with a jigsaw, and hopefully make it work. So we'll see how we go. So I've marked out all the flipper shapes. What I need to do now is use a drill press to drill a vertical hole so I can tap the thread into it for the bolt for the flipper so that it will sit perfectly flat. I was going to try it freehand by drill, but I'm not confident I can get a perfectly vertical hole, so I'll go send you mate Cole. Okay, so I've been out to see Cole. He's kindly drilled these holes for me with his drill press, so they're perfectly straight. So the flipper will sit flat in the slot, which is what I feared I wouldn't be able to do drilling it freehand. So now I'm going to try and cut the first one out with a jigsaw, so we'll see how we go. That'll be the first flipper, hopefully. flippers that have been cut out from the shapes I drew from the piece I cut from the wood. Now I've got to put them in a vise and fine tune them, smooth off all the sharp edges, put a bit of shape into them, and then we get to fit them to the assembly and put them in the track and get them working so the cars can change lanes. Getting closer.